Hello guys, welcome to the second video in the series of the contract and queues management. Last video we dealt with creation of queues and which we actually talked about the personal and the system queues. In today's video we will be treating contract, how to create contract, what a contract is in the context of Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and also contract template. So what is a contract? A contract can be used as an agreement to specify the level of support a customer is entitled to. So in Microsoft Dynamics, we'll go through how contract is being used and the relationship between contract and contract template. So we're going to go straight into contract template, which is actually used. And again, contract template is just like a framework that the system uses to create a contract. So how do we get to the contract template? That we get from the settings, and because we're talking about templates, so it's going to be under the template in business. And we'll go into contract template. So currently we have just one template, which is called service. If we open up this, we'll see how it looks like. So which means the main fields or the mandatory fields are the name, the abbreviation, the billing frequency, and the allotment type. We'll describe all this in a bit. But we're going to do that by trying to create a new template. To create a new template, you click on new, and we have the form. Now, name is mandatory. We're going to put a name here. But before that, I would like to explain what allotment type is. Allotment type, it describes the contract template as per how the contract is going to be used. Now, under allotment type, you have number of cases, time, or coverage date. Number of cases means the contract that will be created based on the template will be based on the number of cases that will be resolved. So which means we're going to set up a contract that say maybe 100 cases will be resolved if a customer purchases that contract. And like I said earlier, contract can be used as an agreement between a customer to specify the level of support that customer is entitled to. So if you're talking about number of cases, that means that you are setting up an agreement between a customer that a certain number of cases will be resolved if they have cases within a time frame. Then talking about the time is like specifying the number of hours that the contract is tied to. So we may say more like maybe the user is going to purchase say 60 minutes of contract. So which means as you actually work on a particular case, certain the number of minutes or hours that you use on that particular case is going to be deducted from the contract. So which is more like I said earlier, similar to number of cases. The difference between number of cases and time is number of cases based on the number of cases resolved, which is not tied to the number of hours that a particular consultant spend to resolve the case. Unlike the time whereby it depends on the number of minutes or hours the consultant spends to resolve the case. Now coverage date is related to the warranty, like if you have a year warranty on a particular product. So coverage date specifies an agreement from a particular date to another date. So we're going to set up a new contract template. Currently, like I said, we have just the service, which is based on number of cases. So we'll try to set up another one which is going to be based on coverage date. So we're going to call this coverage, and we can call it COV. You can use any, you can put in a description, and we're going to specify to say that it is 24/7 support, which means we just want to save and remain on the form. And save and close means we want to save and close the form. Why save and new means we want to save this, and in succession create another, open up a new form to create another template. So we're going to click on save and close, and that creates the template. So now we're going to go to now create a contract that is now going to use the template we just created. Now to do that, we go to the service module or service work area, and then we go on the collateral, we go to the contract, and we're going to click new. And you can see the moment I clicked on new, it's more like asking for template, and we have just two templates, the one we just created and the one that came out of the box. So let's try to use the one that came out of the box first. So we select that, and we have the new form opened. Now to create a contract, the mandatory fields here are the contract name, the customer, of course, the person you're trying to set an agreement with, the contract start date, and the end date. Now the end start date and the end date is important in the sense that your contract is only valid between the start date and the end date. So which means the contract can actually expire. So we're going to try and create a contract. So we're going to call this we call it contract for case resolution for customer A or cost A, and we're going to choose a particular customer. And then the next one is when the contract is going to start. Now for this particular example, I'm going to say that the contract is going to start today, and the contract is going to end in a year time, which gives us duration in days as 3, 6, 7 days. Once we've specified the mandatory fields, we can go ahead to save. Now we've created the contract, which is more like the header, so to say. The contract line is important. That is where you specify the exact line of contract that the customer is entitled to. And what that means, in here we can have more than one contract line. So I'm going to click on the plus here to add a new contract line. Title has been mandatory, the start date and the end date, which is from the contract we created. Now for a contract line, the start date and the end date must be within the start date and end date of the contract. So what that means, you cannot have the start date and end date to be out of sync from the main contract. You also have the total price. So under the pricing section for this particular contract line. So we'll try and create a new, set up a name for a title for this. Let's call it line 1. And then the quantity. And then we can say the total price to be, say, $100. The allotment details is also mandatory, as in the total cases. And the total cases per minute is here because the contract template is based, or is in the allotment type, is actually number of cases. So here we're going to say 50 cases. So which means for this particular contract line, the customer is entitled to just 50 cases resolution for the price of $100. So we can save and close, and we have the contract line added. So at this point, we can go ahead to invoice the contract. We can delete the contract, meaning that we don't need the contract anymore. We can copy the contract. We can set calendar or recalculate. Now, the current status of this contract is draft. So what that means is this contract cannot be used, or is not active yet. To make it active or ready to be used, we need to click on invoice contract. So when we do that, that will make the contract to be active, which means in this particular status, the contract can be used, which means if this customer has a case or calls, and then a case is being created, this contract can be used to resolve the case. And once that particular case is resolved, the allotment remaining here will reduce by the number of cases resolved. So that rounds up this particular video. In the next video, we'll create another contract using the second template, as in the template we created today, and we're going to go through the possible status that a particular contract can be. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Bye bye.